Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Laura of Laura Plans It, and today on my vlog I wanted to talk to you a bit about goal setting. Now, I have two goal setting planners. I have a Moxie Life planner and a Power Sheets planner. And you can actually watch walkthroughs of both of those planners. You can watch how I use or plan to use them for 2020. All of those videos I will link in the description below. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is making the right goals. And it sounds kind of weird because right goals is very different for everybody. And the way that I do it is probably going to be very different than how everybody else does it, and that's fine. But I wanted to share how I make the right goals for me in hopes that that kind of helps you make the right goals for you. So for me, I like to make tiny, attainable goals. I don't like big goals because I find that those are very difficult to hit, and I'm constantly feeling either overwhelmed or like I'm not accomplishing anything, and so I quit way before I really even try. And I hate that. I hate that feeling. So for me, I have some really, really big goals for 2020. I truly do. And I use, for my personal goal setting, the Power Sheets to break those down. And for my son's goals and behavioral health, I use the Moxie Life to break them down. But I break my goals down into tiny things that I can do that day or that week that will basically baby steps that will get me closer to where I want to be. So one of my big goals this year is to be more active, physically active. So whether it be walking outside or getting up and cleaning, like deep cleaning something in my house, because I don't care who you are, that takes energy, that takes effort. So doing those things is, getting out is a very unclear goal, right? So it's just, oh, be active. That sounds great. I have to break that down. First off, I want to be able to run a 5K again. I used to be able to run 5K without I break a sweat, but without it being a difficult thing to do. I can barely run half a mile now without feeling like I need to go lay down. But because of the way things have been the last year and a half or so, my body has just not been up to where my health standards usually are. So I would like to be more active, and I want to get back to running that 5K. So to set my goal for 2020 to be that active level, I have to break it down into small steps. So my goal for January is to close the movement rings, not the exercise rings, but the movement rings on my Apple Watch every single day. And my movement rings, I'm fairly certain, are set to like the lowest possible setting that they automatically do. And that's not that big of a deal. It doesn't sound like, but every week the watch will say, hey, you hit your goal, 7 days this week. We're going to up it just like 10 extra points or calories or whatever the number is supposed to be. And that little increase from January 1st until the end of the month will be enough to be, I'll feel a little bit better. I'll feel a little bit more active. So those tiny little goals will get me to where I want to be, because what'll happen is in February is I'll say, okay, I closed the movement ring every day in January, and I closed the standing one every day anyway, so that's 2 rings already. So in February, what I'll probably do is say I want to close all 3 rings, and that's 30 minutes of exercise, my movement goal, and standing. And I might say I want to close it every day, or I might say I want to close it 3 to 4 days a week. And for me, that's a big goal, but it's attainable because I can say, all right, I'm not saying I'm going to run every day or I'm going to exercise every day. I'm saying, here's this automatic tracker that I'm wearing on my wrist. I want to add 15 to 20 minutes of cardio exercising or yoga or something that can easily be tracked. I want to add that, and that will end up getting me a little bit closer. And so by the time December rolls around next year, I'm not going to have any problem getting on the treadmill and running. Will I be able to run a 5K? I really hope so. I'm really hopeful for that. But even if not, I know that I'm going to feel a little bit better. So for me, those tiny goals and tiny details, those baby steps, as I said earlier, are what get me to where I want to be. So I encourage you to use baby steps and not necessarily think too far out into the goals that you're setting, because I think you can set the large goal, but I think the real way to stick with your goals for a full year and not just, you know, get through January and be like, forget it, I can't do this, is to find a way to make them attainable, small, habit building goals. Another goal that I have for 2020, if you are a military family, you are 100% going to understand this. It is a move year for us, which means one of my big goals for 2020 is being ready to move. And we are in the winter move cycle, which means we probably won't move till November, December now. I don't know, somewhere in the winter of 2020 is when we will most likely move. So for me, because it's a move year, the big thing that I really want to do is make sure that we're ready. To be ready to move, I need to declutter our home. And that is a huge, huge undertaking for me. Especially because we went from a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment style home in Los Angeles into this 4-bedroom monstrosity that we definitely don't need. It's way too large. And so now, because it's large and because I have a habit, I don't like empty things, I've filled up a lot of the space with junk. And I hate that. It bothers me so much. So I have to get rid of all of this, especially if there's a chance we can move back to LA, which would be really cool because there's now 2 Erin Condren stores right near where we're going to be stationed, if we're stationed there. But if not, you know, I still want to be prepared no matter what, because you never know where the Air Force or the Space Force guys might send us. But because of that, I need to be prepared. So for me, in move years, sitting again with those baby steps and those baby goals, step 1 and baby steps for me to start are clean the house. And I know it sounds crazy, like, oh, you should always have a clean house. Yeah, I should, but I definitely don't. Get the house clean. Go through, wipe everything down, get everything off the surfaces, put things in its general home. Generally where it's supposed to be. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get it clean. Then, room by room, every day, pick a drawer, pick a countertop, pick a bathroom, whatever it is, and start getting rid of things. Get rid of expired food, get rid of expired medicines, get rid of papers that you're not going to use, shred them, burn them, whatever it is you need to do, get rid of them. And just like one little thing every day. So if you've been following me on Instagram, I've been putting like my task list in my stories, and sometimes I'll type it out, sometimes it's on my petite dailies, but I've been putting them in my stories and updating throughout the day. And one of the things that I am noticing is that because we're in the 1-year range for moving, I'm putting like full-on deep cleans for rooms and really going through them. And just recently I've finished my kitchen and I've started on my family room, which is actually a really easy room because there's not a whole lot in it. And then I'll move into the living room, which is all the Christmas stuff. That'll hopefully be this weekend. So by the time you're seeing this video, hopefully I have gotten to at least decluttering that room and putting the Christmas gifts away so that I can clean up all the Christmas things like decorations, the tree, all of that. And then once that's done, the dining room, which is where we do school, and then I'll move upstairs. And again, in that process, we'll just continue. And once that's done, and I get through those little baby steps, and you can't see it on my Instagram or on my Petite Daily, but I actually have a really, really detailed checklist in my notes on my iPhone right now, because I have so many things to do, and I find that the screen on my iPhone is small enough that I don't feel overwhelmed when I'm looking at it. So, I guess I have to scroll. Whereas a notepad or a notebook, there's a lot of things, and if I don't accomplish them, I feel terrible. So I've been using the iPhone right now for the task list because it is huge. But I have very detailed steps for what I'm doing in each room, and I knock it off as I go. And once I'm done with every room in the house, again, I'll reset my mind and I will do some more baby steps. So I'll break down, for example, the kitchen. I broke down, clean all of the cabinets, take everything out, wipe it down, clean this section of cabinets, then this one, then this one. Then I want you to do all the dishes. Then I want you to clean the dishwasher, wipe the front of the dishwasher, wipe the front of the fridge. Every single tiny task was written down. And I will do that again. Once everything's clean, I'll go through and I'll say, okay, go through cabinet ABC, take out the things you don't use, put it in a donate pile, sell it, or throw it away. And it'll go through the list. And I will do donate, sell, or toss, depending on the quality of the item, if it still works, if it's something that I think somebody would want to buy or something that would have value being donated. So that's how I set my goals. I use my power sheets for my goals. I have a Moxie Life planner, and that is actually for behavioral health goals for my son, which you can watch the video explaining exactly how I'm setting it up, and that'll be linked in the description below as well. And for him, same idea. We're actually not even doing full year goals. I'm not doing anything outside of about a year. Not a year, I'm sorry, outside of about 6 months, and then we'll reassess and do the full year. And even then, I think for me, I might set yearly goals for him, and I might set the 6-month goals. But for him, because he will be working hand in hand with me on this, we are gonna sit down and we're gonna come up with a monthly goal. And then we're gonna break that down to a weekly goal. And then throughout the week, we'll have our daily check-ins. And again, you can read or watch a lot more about how I'm doing that by clicking the link in the description below, all about how I'm using the Moxie Life with my son, who has ADHD and anxiety, and he is exceptionally like smart and gifted. So it's a whirlwind, guys. It's crazy. And I love it, and I love our life, and I love that we've got this planner to help him. But we do have behavioral health issues that need to be worked on, and the Moxie Life is how we're gonna work on that and accomplish that. So that's how I'm setting my goals for 2020. I'm really excited about them. I can't wait to share more about them with you. I am hoping that next week or the week after I can actually open up my power sheets or my Moxie Life. Unfortunately, this week I left my tripod at home, so I'm using my hand right here to hold my camera up, which is really, really hard. So for any of you vloggers out there that literally hold the camera the whole time, you guys are amazing. I cannot do this. So I hope you have had a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful new year. I'm really excited for 2020. I would love to know, what is your biggest, most exciting goal for 2020? Let me know in the comments below. Mine is really getting back into better physical health and finances. Y'all, my finances. Oh God, that's gonna be like a 5 vlog topic. It's so crazy. And once I figure out what I'm doing, I will definitely vlog about it and let you know. But let me know what your goals are that you're working on in 2020, or what you're working on for the first 6 months, for the first month. Even if it's just, what are you working on today? I would love to hear what you are doing. If you like this video, please hit like. If you'd like to see more vlogs with me on my channel, I hope that you will subscribe. And if you tap that bell, that'll turn on notifications so you are always alerted when a new video comes out. And of course, for behind the scenes sneak peeks and what I'm doing right now, head on over to my Instagram at Laura Plans It. Thanks so much for watching.